What is up, everybody? How's it going? Travis here, and I want to say thank you for watching this video. I'm trying a new format today where we're going to be focusing on the fragrance, okay? So if you got some errands that you're doing, some chores around the house, this is a great video to put on in the background. But I wanted to try something different because, as we know, these fragrances are really works of art, you know, from the oils and ingredients that go into them to the bottle design themselves. And all of these fragrances kind of have a unique story for each of us. So I'll be talking about a few of the things that I like about this fragrance, as well as maybe some personal stories about wearing it out or a fond memory that I have with it. So today we have Mancera Instant Crush. And I remembered the first time I smelled this fragrance, I was just getting into the fragrance game, and I hadn't really smelled a lot of exotic, should I say, ingredients. Here in the West, you don't usually smell things like saffron, okay? And I remember when I smelled this, it was really eye-opening. I had never experienced anything like this. The first thing I noticed was that saffron, the spice, it was incredibly sweet. It reminded me of syrup. It had that little spicy quality, and it was woody. And I remember as soon as I smelled this, I started looking up reviews online, and people were comparing this to Baccarat Rouge 540. Okay, so I was very interested in this scent DNA. Interesting enough, my mom actually ended up gifting me a clone of Baccarat Rouge 540, and she gave it to me because she Googled the best, perfume, the best fragrance, and that one came up. So, but when she got her bottle, she said it smelled too woody, like cigars, you know what I mean? So that's what she picked up on it. But I actually pick up on more of the sweetness, okay? And comparing something like this to my Baccarat Rouge 540 clone, they're very similar, but I think this one has a little more sweetness, syrupy sort of quality to it. You know what I mean? And that's something that I'll say I typically go for this most of the time. Now, I've worn it out. And this one, you definitely don't want to go too many sprays, okay? And I'm guilty of it as well. I remember there was one time I was going out with my buddy Aaron, and you might have seen him on the channel. But Aaron actually has a much better nose than me, okay? Like, I can smell the different ingredients. I'm at a point where I can do that. But I am guilty of going nose blind to stuff, very easily. And so, there are certain fragrances that, like, I don't detect them after a certain amount of hours, but then people come up to me and they're like, oh my gosh, you smell great, or like, man, that smell is intense, on the negative side of things. This one, for me, as far as going nose blind to it, it kind of sits in the middle. Like, I will catch whiffs of it here and there, but people will come up to me and say, hey, whatever you got on, it's strong, like it's really projecting, and so something like this, I would definitely say it is an 8-hour plus stunner, okay? Again, sweet, syrupy, it has the woods, it has the saffron, and if you haven't smelled anything like this, if you have like a Western nose, something like this could be very eye-opening for you, and there's a reason why. When you talk about the most popular fragrances at the moment, there's a reason why Baccarat Rouge 540 is as popular now as it is. Now, I also should mention, I went ahead and, rode the Baccarat Rouge 540 wave, so I ended up getting an Al Haramain, Amber Rouge one that was, the version of the Extrait de Parfum. But, comparing the clone of Baccarat Rouge 540 to the Al Haramain, which is another clone to this, I really think these Manceras are a good value. You get a lot of bang for your buck when it comes to these. You're getting something that has a little more originality because they're not just straight up copying it. And in the case of the Al Haramain, that one to me smells a little more scratchy. Okay, it doesn't smell, when you spray it on and in the dry down in the air, you'll notice like it might sit a little bit better. But if you go up close to it, it kind of is a little rough around the edges. So that's something I will say about the Al Haramain. So hope you enjoyed this video. We're focusing on the fragrances. And if you like this format, let me know. I'm going to try a couple more videos like this. And if this is a little boring and you want to switch it up, just let me know. But thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see ya in the next one. Thanks. Bye.